What if I told you that a single $100 bill could change your financial future forever? Not by gambling, not by luck, but through strategy, by understanding how money actually grows. Most people believe $100 is too small to matter. They think investing is for the rich, or that saving $100 won't make a difference. But every great fortune, every millionaire's story started with one small amount and one powerful decision: to make their money work for them. Today, we're going to explore how to turn $100 into $1,000 the smart way. Not fast, not flashy, just real, consistent wealth building that anyone can do. Before you invest a single dollar, you need to build the right mindset. If you can't manage $100, you'll never manage 1,000 or even $100,000. Money follows discipline. People who treat small amounts with respect are the ones who eventually attract larger ones. The first step is shifting how you think about money. Most people see money as something to spend. Wealthy people see money as something to grow. Instead of asking, "How fast can I make $1,000?" ask, "How can I make my $100 work harder than I do?" That mindset shift is the foundation of financial success. Building wealth isn't about doing one big thing right. It's about doing small things right over and over again. Consistency beats intensity. Every dollar you keep and every decision you make adds up. Step 1. Budget and save your first $100. Let's start from zero. You can't invest if you don't have money set aside, and saving your first $100 is more about habit than income. Here's how to find your first $100. Cut one recurring expense. Maybe it's a streaming service, a daily coffee, or a food delivery habit. $10 a week redirected becomes your starting capital in a month. Use cashback and rewards apps. If you're already spending, get paid to do it. Or sell something you don't use, old clothes, an unused gadget, or a collectible. Saving that first $100 is your first victory. It's proof that you control your money, not the other way around. Once you have it, start using a budget system that separates your needs, wants, and investments. A simple version is the 50-30-20 rule. 50% of your income for needs, 30% for wants, and 20% for savings and investing. That 20% is your engine for growth. Every month you apply it. You buy back more of your future freedom. Step 2. Understand how money grows. Now that you have your first $100, you need to understand the force that turns small amounts into large ones: compounding. Compounding happens when your money earns returns, and those returns start earning their own returns. It's growth on top of growth, a snowball rolling downhill, picking up more snow as it goes. Let's say you invest $100 and it grows by 10% a year. After the first year, you have $110. In the second year, that 10% growth applies not to the $100, but to $110, giving you $121. By the 10th year, without adding anything more, your $100 becomes about $260. That might not sound dramatic, but here's the key. When you keep adding small amounts and give them time, the results become extraordinary. If you invest $100 and add just $25 a month at a 7% return, in 5 years you'd have nearly $1,800. That's not luck. That's math and consistency. Time is your most powerful investment tool. The earlier you start, the easier it becomes to build wealth. Step 3. Smart ways to invest $100. Now that you understand how money grows, let's talk about where to put your first $100 so it starts working for you. Option 1. The stock market. Stocks represent ownership in a company. When that company grows, so does the value of your investment. If you don't want to pick individual companies, use ETFs, exchange-traded funds. These are bundles of stocks that track an entire market index, like the S&P 500. With one purchase, you own pieces of hundreds of companies. Historically, the S&P 500 has returned around 7 to 10% annually. You can buy fractional shares through apps that let you invest with as little as $1. Option 2. High-yield savings or bonds. If you're cautious or just starting out, place your money in a high-yield savings account or a US Treasury bond. You won't get rich overnight, but you'll earn guaranteed interest while protecting your principal. This is ideal while you're learning and preparing to take on more risk. Option 3. Crypto. But with caution. Cryptocurrency is exciting but volatile. Prices swing wildly and fortunes rise and fall overnight. If you want to explore it, limit it to no more than 5 to 10% of your portfolio. Stick to established coins like Bitcoin or Ethereum and use reputable exchanges. Treat it as an experiment, not a primary strategy. Option 4. Micro-investing platforms. Apps like Acorns, Public or Stash let you invest spare change automatically. They round up your everyday purchases and invest the difference. It's effortless and a great way to build consistency. The point isn't where you start, it's that you start. Leaving your $100 sitting in a bank account that earns less than inflation means it's quietly losing value. Putting it to work, even in small, diversified ways, means it's growing for you. Step 4. Turn $100 into $1,000 through reinvestment. Here's the secret that turns small wins into big ones. Reinvest your profits. When your $100 becomes $110, don't spend the extra 10. Reinvest it. That's compounding in action. Every profit becomes new fuel for the next round of growth. Let's say you earn 10% on your $100, then reinvest everything you make. Add $25 every month. You didn't gamble. You didn't chase hype. You just stayed consistent. Every time you earn, reinvest. Every time you grow, protect. That's how $100 becomes $1,000 and eventually much more. Remember, growth comes from consistency, not intensity. The investors who win are not the ones who find a lucky stock. They're the ones who keep adding and reinvesting over time. Step 5. Build skills that multiply your income. There's another, faster way to turn $100 into $1,000. Use it to invest in yourself. Your skills are your greatest asset. The more valuable you become, the more you can earn and invest. Use that $100 as seed money for growth. Buy a course in personal finance, digital skills, or communication. Learn a trade like design, coding, or writing. Use it to start a small online business, freelancing, content creation, flipping items, or reselling products. A one-time $100 course could teach you a skill that earns thousands over time. Most self-made millionaires didn't start with big investments. They started by improving themselves and creating income streams that allowed them to invest later. If you want to multiply money, first multiply knowledge. Step 6. Avoid the traps that kill your growth. Now that you know how to grow your money, it's equally important to know how to protect it. Most people lose their gains through simple, emotional mistakes. Trap 1. Get-rich-quick schemes. If someone promises to double your money in a week, run the other way. Scams exist because greed blinds people. Remember, slow and steady wins the financial race. Trap 2. Emotional investing. When markets rise, greed takes over. When they crash, fear takes over. Both destroy portfolios. The best investors stay calm and consistent, continuing to invest even during downturns. History shows the markets always recover. Trap 3. Lifestyle creep. When income rises, expenses often rise faster. That's how people stay broke despite earning more. As you make more money, Keep your lifestyle simple and funnel the difference into investments. Avoiding these traps is as powerful as making new investments. Protecting your money is the same as earning more of it. Step 7. The long game. From $1,000 to financial freedom. Once you've turned $100 into $1,000, the temptation is to spend it. But that first $1,000 is proof of concept. It's living evidence that your system works. Now the goal is to repeat the process. Keep adding, keep reinvesting, and watch your capital grow. The same principles that turned your first 100 into 1,000 will turn your first 1,000 into 10,000 and eventually into financial independence. Think long-term. A small investor who consistently adds $100 a month to an index fund, averaging 8%, can build nearly $150,000 in 30 years from small, consistent effort. Your 20s and 30s are the time to plant those seeds. Your 40s and 50s are when the tree starts bearing fruit. Patience creates freedom, the real formula. Let's simplify everything we've covered into one powerful formula. Save your first $100. Learn discipline. Invest it wisely. Start with simple, diversified assets. Reinvest your gains. Let compounding work. Increase your contributions. Earn more. Invest more. Avoid emotional and reckless behavior. Stay consistent. This is the same process used by successful investors around the world. No secrets, no shortcuts, just habits repeated long enough to change your life. The psychology of $100. Here's something few talk about. That first $100 isn't about the money. It's about proof. When you realize you can save, when you see your account grow, you start believing you can do more. It shifts your identity from spender to investor. And that identity change is the true beginning of wealth. Once you believe you can grow money, you stop chasing quick wins and start building sustainable wealth. You start seeing opportunities instead of obstacles. You start thinking long-term. That mindset is what turns 100 into 1,000, 1,000 into 10,000, and eventually into freedom. The compounding of habits. We've talked about compounding in money, but compounding also happens in behavior. Every time you choose to save instead of spend, learn instead of waste time, invest instead of gamble, those actions stack on each other. Over months and years, they change who you are financially. Wealth is a side effect of good habits practiced long enough. So, treat every small decision like a vote for the person you want to become. Financially free, secure, and confident. Common myths about starting small. Let's clear up a few myths that stop people from starting. Myth 1. $100 is too small to invest. False. Every investor started small. With fractional investing, even $1 can buy a slice of a global company. Myth 2. You need luck. Wrong. You need time and consistency. Luck may make someone rich once, but discipline keeps them rich forever. Myth 3. It's too late for me. It's never too late. The best time to start was yesterday. The second best time is today. The only real mistake is not starting at all. The road from $100 to $1,000 and beyond. When you start this journey, $1,000 might seem far away. But once you hit it, you'll see how attainable bigger numbers become. Because you'll have the most valuable thing money can't buy: momentum. Momentum comes from progress, from seeing results, from knowing your system works. At that point, it's no longer about the numbers. It's about freedom, security, and options. Turning $100 into $1,000 teaches you control. It teaches you patience. And it gives you the tools to keep going long after that first milestone. It's not about luck, timing, or secret tricks. It's about using time, knowledge, and consistency. Save, invest, reinvest, learn, grow, repeat. That's the formula. And once you see it work for the first $100, You'll realize it can work for every dollar after that. Every big investor started where you are, with one decision to start. So make that decision today. Take your first $100 and give it a job, to grow, to learn, to change your financial story. Wealth doesn't start with thousands of dollars. It starts with one, and with the belief that you can make it multiply. Remember, wealth isn't built in a day. It's built every day. Investing involves risk, and past performance does not guarantee future results. You are solely responsible for your financial decisions and outcomes. Subscribe for more investing and money documentaries that help you understand how wealth truly works. Thanks for watching True History of Finance. Remember, invest wisely, stay consistent, and stay patient. We will see you in the next episode.